Hey folks, Rob back from Rob Plays, and this week we're taking a look at Scalextric. I used to mispronounce that terribly as a kid. Which was developed by Andrew Bailey and published by Leisure Genius in 1985. And of course is really a take on the slot car. Well, it's a license of the slot car game, but they call it a simulation. At least they did in the loading message. I wouldn't call it as such. But hey, so it is an adaptation of, of the slot car toys and into a little racing game. I have a lot of fond memories of this one. I haven't played it for yonks, other than messing with the editor lately. So let's let the intro run and we will have a play. We'll enter a name. I'm just going to play against the AI. I have a joystick. So, first option is to design a circuit. You can see all the track pieces. We will come back to that. I just want to do a race to show you the race, and then we'll design a circuit and race that. Load track. You can save a track to disk or tape. Thankfully, either version of the game supports saving to either format. That's actually pretty convenient. So the bulk of the tracks are, of course, based on real-world Formula 1 tracks. So you can see Rio appearing. There's 16 or 17. Let's just go with Estoril in Portugal. So now we go race, specify, we'll do a 3-lap, let's do a 4-lap race, and we'll start with the middle opposition quality. There's 3 levels of difficulty for the AI. I'm on the bottom half of the screen, and the red, I'm the red car, I'll be on the bottom half. The AI is yellow on top. Yep, you've got to basically rev up, hit fire when he drops the flag to get going. And I dropped that start, which is terrible. Anyway, so you can sort of see it is reminiscent in some ways of Pit Stop 2, and honestly, it's probably not as good. But the one thing that's interesting is that you can crash. That's why I was sort of slowing down a bit into that corner, because if I wasn't careful... No. The reason I was doing that was because if I wasn't careful, I would ram into the back of the computer and end the race. When you're playing in 2-player, that's sort of like the devious tactic, is to just set the AI up to go on that run, ram him, or you're playing against the second player, just trying to trap each other. So I'm not doing well here, simply because I messed the start up. So the computer got the lead. He's already at the upper end of the chicane. He seems to be far more aggressive taking these corners. It is very easy to just mess up, especially when they're hair pits and you just slow to a crawl. Okay. Let's come up. Next corner. Catching up, which is good though. Okay. Let's move this tight inner corner, damn it. Come on. No. He's gonna... Come on. I want to catch you because at the moment the computer is... Let's see. Come on. How far behind am I? Alright, that's not good. Hold on, Baldy. I'm gonna chase you and I'm gonna catch you. So the driving physics, like if you are used to Pit Stop 2, which admittedly I am, the driving physics certainly do feel a bit off. But on the other hand, it feels a little more probably more like a racing game in that regard, because you've actually got to do a lot more slowing down. But you just, when you hit the edges, you just bleed off way too much speed. You get started, like, watch now, I've basically just virtually crawling to a standstill, and that's how the AI, because if you mess those corners up, that's where the AI basically takes the lead. And I'm playing on Opposition Quality 2, which is the medium difficulty, so it's not the most effective, but it's not the most brain dead, if you will. Alright, come on, let's go up around this corner. I mean, the graphics are pretty simple. They're not the most colourful out there. I mean, I think Pitstop 2 did a lot better work with that. I think it's going to be a lot of comparisons with Pitstop 2 as I think about this. And we've done that. Get in the corner, I'll slow down to cover that. Yeah, okay. One. I don't think there's also like any real semblance of racing lines here. There's just stay on the inside, slow down a bit as you come around, and apply lots of juice as you come out. I am catching him though. Maybe a bit too slow. Okay. Oh, yes. Alright, he messed that hairpin up. This is good. If I can keep this right and I don't hit the edge. Yes! I think I've got him. I think I'll be able to catch up now. Because doing that one corner was enough, I think. I could be wrong, but that might mess me up a bit. Yes, I'm catching him. Just think about it. He's just come out of that 90-degree corner. He's just gone into the last lap now. Yeah! Okay. This is tense, because basically I am catching up to him now. Left. Okay. He's just coming out of that corner. Sorry. Okay, this is getting tense. Come on. Oh no. Oh no, he's won. Oh, so close. Oh, so close. Alright. Well, now I've shown a race. Let's have a quick play off the track editor. Which is very interesting. So we don't want to do another race. We do want to design a circuit. So, first part of this is to use this is sadly reliant on the cursor keys to position this little cross. And then you can hit H for a horizontal piece or V for a vertical. Let's go up. So the idea is, now you can pick all your pieces. So you hit the button, and then you can just pick your curve. And okay, so we want to turn clockwise. No. Now, if I've made a mistake, you hit F3, and that's left, which erases the last piece. And then let's go into sketch you can. And this is one of the things that you don't get in any of the inbuilt courses is the chicane element. So we'll go in. And then I would like to go no. And we'll go out of the chicane. And then let's get it. So let's pick the right outer curve, half standard. Let's go into a chicane. It's out. Now, because that was obviously because we were in the middle of a chicane. We exited, we were trying to use this as a chicane corner, so I want to use a bait curve that is not clockwise. Double inner. Okay, that's probably not going to work, so we won't. So one thing is when you do hit the erase command, you have to wait. You can sort of see the little flicker as it redraws the track. Now, okay, I'm going to go for straight C. Oh, no, okay. We aren't going to be able to go into a chicane for that run. Alright. So it's all pretty straightforward. You know, you've got these straights of varying lengths. You've got the various corners of difficulty, and then of course you got the chicane pieces, which just add this little uniqueness, especially the way they're simulated isn't the greatest. No, I'll pull that back. Now you can watch, we'll have to now redraw that piece of the track. Alright. And hopefully we'll be okay. Usually, this is where things get fiddly. And, you know, this might have to be a moment where we go into, I think we're okay here. Circuit closed. Yeah, I don't want to save this track for now. We can go race. Let's go 5 laps. Opposition quality 2. Let's see how we go. This is now our custom little track. It's like, now this isn't the first racing game on the C64 with an editor like this. Racing Destruction Set was first. But you know what? This is actually a pretty user-friendly interface for doing it. Let's start a race. Come on, yellow car, I'm going to beat you this time. My own devious track design. Yeah, pushed in front. Now, watch, we entered the chicane. That was the skid chicane. But now we're in a real chicane now. We've got to be careful because in the corners here, you've got to go really, you've got to be so careful because if you're not careful, you'll flops out. And you see, I had the lead for a while, but he caught up because I messed up. Don't worry, Baldy. You got to be close for long. So as a bank corner, it was great for speed. Unfortunately, it doesn't really give you that feeling of 3D-ness that it should. Now we're going to be our last run here, and we'll just have to slow down through all these double inners. Now, if I wanted to be devious, I could try and cut him off. You know, I can look at the top half of the screen. See, let's make sure I don't catching up speed wise, but oh! You would think the AI would be better than that. Well, we did actually complete a lap of the course. So you can sort of see how it works out where you can just fiddle about with, you know, creating this little circuit, having a quick run, saving it to disk or tape, and coming back later. I mean, I'll be honest, one of my complaints is that you can only have one modified course in at a time. You know, it's no Kickstart 2 where you can basically replace all the inbuilt courses with your own, save them. And that's probably my big disappointment there, is it would have been awesome if you could go, hey, here is the, you know, here's my versions of the 2016 F1 season built in. Oh well. If you want your over-the-top hectic editing in a racing game, that's where Racing Destruction Set comes in. And well, let's just say Racing Destruction Set is going to be a while before I tackle it. It's just such a detailed game. But yeah, I'm going to call it quits there. I hope you enjoyed this look at Scalextric. I mispronounced it again. That's how I used to pronounce it as a kid. Still just sometimes a nervous tick. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, would you consider please subscribing to the channel? I do a retro computing gameplay every week, primarily on the C64, but I do also cover other machines when I can. I would also love to hear if you've played around, if you've ever messed any tracks. Heck, if you've managed to have any on disc, it'd be really cool to see them. I really like what you could do with that, and I think it's a really simple editor that other games lack. And as always, please do also consider leaving a thumbs up and spreading the bit of words. You know, it's always good to have more people seeing these, and you know, I can't be everywhere plugging them. As always, thank you again for watching, thank you again for subscribing, and I'll catch you next time.